The last thing I did before I went to sleep last night was check my phone to see the devastation of the Hurricane Irma in the Caribbean. And the first thing I did this morning when I woke up was again to check my phone. And even though I'm in Boston and not personally in the path of the hurricane, I, like many of you, are probably feeling devastated. Maybe not devastated in the same way as those on those islands in the Caribbean that have been so destroyed and so hit by that hurricane. But inside, we all are sitting on edge. We're all worrying about family members or community members or friends, worrying about what's happening in the world with these storms that seem to be more common. In a way, we each are devastated in our own spirits by these hurricanes, by these floods, even by the news these days, which is kind of scary. We in our own spirits can feel devastated or frozen or disconnected, unable to connect to our own spirits and unable to connect to God. And I took this experience with me to chapel this morning when I went to pray. And I sat before Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament and told him, Jesus, I am unable to pray. My heart is broken for these people who suffered and lost everything due to this hurricane. I can't even pray, and I don't know why. I don't know what's in my heart. I don't know what to say. And I sat there with these feelings, and I began to walk through those islands in spirit and to find one person, just one person I could stand next to. And I want to invite you into this same prayer experience so that you too can find a moment of peace in your own spirits, so that you too can find what God is asking of you. So I encourage you, if you'd like, to close your eyes or in your mind's eye to walk into one of those pictures that you may have seen in the news, or the drone footage that went over the islands that were hit by the hurricane and just showed complete devastation. And I want you, instead of seeing all of it all at once, this situation that how could it be fixed is so big. I want you to choose one person. It could be a young mother with a child. It could be an elderly person. It could be the father of a family. It could be someone in the government. It could be a little child. But just choose one person that might be somewhere on those islands and stand next to that person. Even if you don't see their face, just stand next to them. So choose that person now and stand next to them as they walk down the street, perhaps view their home, perhaps find their friends or a favorite pet, or they hear a child crying. Just stand next to one person as a friend, or a brother, or a sister, or a mother, or a daughter. And as you stand next to that person, just allow that connection to be a mystery. The mystery that over thousands of miles, we can be there for each other. And look into the face of that person and try to imagine what that person is feeling as they look at their house or meet their friends, or look out over the ocean. And as we stand there with that one person that we're connecting heart to heart with, begin to notice what you're feeling. Is there a general sense of being stuck? Or is there a fear? Or is there a scary doubt about whether God cares about us or God has any power? Or is it an angry feeling? Is it a lost feeling? What is it as you stand next to just one person that you are experiencing within yourself? And whatever it is, it's okay. It's better to explore what's really there, who you really are, than to run away and pretend or try to be someone else. And when you discover what it is that you're feeling, I invite you almost to sit on a park bench with it. It's kind of a funny image, but to sit there as a friend, to befriend yourself, to casually just allow it to be, as it is, and to be there for yourself. And you can ask yourself the question, what is it that you want me to know? What is it that you want me to feel? Maybe you'll sense kind of a closedness or a tightness or a disconnection. And as you just are there for yourself, just be there with whatever is there. Almost as if you're sinking down into yourself, into your spirit, as if you're giving yourself the time and the care and the awareness, the watchfulness to be present to yourself and to a sense of mystery and of presence. And allow that then to open up within yourself, to allow yourself to open up, to relax, to almost embrace those feelings, whatever they may be, and realize they're not so bad, and they're also teachers. They're also your friends. And when you touch and befriend what you're feeling right now, whatever that may be, allow yourself to admit to yourself, I'm feeling afraid, or I'm doubting God. I'm doubting God's existence. I'm angry. I'm worried about what's going to happen to me or to my family. I'm worried about what's happening in the world. The world seems out of control. I feel like I have no power. Whatever it is, when you see it, when you feel it, acknowledge that it is there, that is you right now, and that it is also a beautiful part of your truth. You're touching the truth of your own inner reality. Just take a deep breath and let that breath come out. And just open up your whole being and your heart. Open it up to the pain of the world, to the joys of the world, to the needs and concerns of the world. And I invite you to go back to that one person, that one face with which you started this meditation, and look into their eyes, that one person's eyes. Allow them to touch their own reality before you. And watch how you respond to that, to how that kind of vibrates, reverberates within you. I have a little prayer I often say: Jesus, 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 be my Savior. Jesus, 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 be my Savior. Jesus, 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 be my Savior. I'll say it one more time and invite you to imagine yourself saying that prayer with this one other person. Jesus, 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 be my Savior. God, in this moment, may we've touched our own fragility and the fragility of another, the vulnerability that we each have before nature and before each other. We trust you to make arise within our own spirits how you want us to be. Allow to come to birth in me what you want in me, of me. Show me where I can be here for someone else. Reach out and give me your hand, that I may have something strong and loving to hold on to. And as we close, I invite you one more time to stand with that one person. You know, a whole world's problems are too big for us to handle. But we can touch one person and stand with that person before God, with Jesus, asking God to make us strong and courageous and trusting that He will act within us and for us, for others. Each of us has a different call at this moment of history, at this moment in our country. And only God can reveal to you your call, your place. And it may be very, quote, small, because it's very interior. Or it may be very brave, because you're volunteering to go out and help people. It doesn't matter. If we turn ourselves over in trust to God, if we touch our hearts, the very foundation of our heart, and discover there the splendor and mystery of God's presence, then it doesn't matter what we're called to do, because it's very important, very necessary, and very beautiful. Thank you.